Same shit. Donkey, donkey, ho, 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 Jose, Jose, Aaron, Aaron. Yeah.
Just push the undo button, loser.
It was an okay day, I guess.
He's high.
Didn't do a lot. I don't have class on Thursday, which is pretty cool. I guess I'm filling in for Big Kev in Syracuse today.
Big Kevin.
Big Kev.
It's not that big. Or stuff like that.
Who gives a shit about baseball? We took 5 minutes towards it.
Mine.
I went on to YouTube. Give me it.
Okay. What the fucking is?
Can
Yeah, I'll talk. Hey everybody. Anthony's trying to steal my laptop, which is not cool.
You're Jewish. You might
Maybe you should have just went and got your own. How about you think of that?
Well, you know what, Fatty?
You still have time?
Give me it.
No.
If I leave, I'm not coming back. That's the thing.
Okay, then what would you?
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Sports Hour. I am Joe, filling in for Kevin with Anthony and Aaron here. We got a lot to talk about today.
We do.
First off, it's great to be back. Starting off with some FSU sports. Fredonia baseball took Game 1 over number 12 ranked Oswego in their trip down to Florida before dropping the final 2 games of the series to close out the trip to Florida. The Devils now stand at 10-4 in the season. The team split Friday's doubleheader. The Blue Devils won the opener 6-5 with a 2-out rally in the bottom of the 9th, then dropped the second game 9-0, and then Oswego. Then Oswego took the final game 14-5 on Saturday. Though they will return north for the scheduled home opener Wednesday afternoon versus Medaille, which is actually postponed, so they will travel to New Paltz for a 3-game series against them. In the first game against Oswego, they won 6-5, as I just said. Joshua Crocetti and Joseph Coney, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, had back-to-back singles, while Derek Fye battling. Crocetti scored on an error by the shortstop, and Coney, I can't pronounce his name, scored on a mad dash from first base when the center fielder overran the ball. Luke Kazuski pitched a complete game with a 4-hitter to improve to 3-0. He struck out 8 and walked 1. Patrick Sheehan was 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Steve Zabrowski tripled and singled twice. And JT Angora had 2 singles. And like I said, the next game is on March 23rd as they travel to New Paltz. For softball,
Excited. You sound half asleep.
the Blue Devils came back from their Virginia/Florida trip with a 6-9-1 record. They went 4-0 in the Virginia Wesleyan Beach Blast tournament, defeating Cobleskill, Rhode Island, Penn College, and College of New Rochelle. In their Florida trip, they defeated UMass Boston and Becker College. The Blue Devils return to action as they also travel to New Paltz on March 30th at 3 o'clock. For swimming, sophomore Christian Krasnick is a late addition to the NCAA Swimming and Diving Division III Championship meet in Indianapolis. The first alternate from Region 4, Krasnick accepted the NCAA's invitation following the withdrawal by another diver from the region. He will be making his first appearance at Nationals and will compete Wednesday, March 21st, and Friday, March 23rd at the IUPUI Natatorium. And that's all that we have for FSU sports, so why don't we go into the NFL?
You don't sound excited.
You know what? You don't sound excited.
It's football, man. Get excited. We should be at least happy about some football.
It's getting close to draft day, and a big trade that happened, it was last week. The Colts traded their number 3 overall pick to the New York Jets in exchange for their number 6 pick, as well as some other picks as well.
They traded multiple second-round picks and later-round picks. The Jets just gave them too much.
Yeah,
They honestly gave them like 4 or 5 picks. It was just ridiculous.
I guess they want to get a quarterback. They want to get in that
Maybe
quarterback.
Saquon.
Nah, Saquon.
I mean, yeah. But also, there's plenty of free agents as of the last week that found new homes and stuff.
Yeah, as well. Kirk Cousins signed with the Minnesota Vikings.
With foolishly the Vikings allowing him to get full guaranteed contract. The first full guaranteed contract in NFL history was for $86 million, which is ridiculous.
Yep.
Do you guys believe that Cousins is all that, or do you just think he's?
I mean, his statistics are compared to Rodgers, where he's scoring about 4,000 yards a season and over 25 touchdowns a season with no-name receivers on the Redskins with a horrible team.
I don't think Kirk Cousins is bad.
I don't think he's bad at all.
But the Vikings gave up all 3 of their quarterbacks. They let them all walk, and they all found new homes. Case Keenum signs with the
The
Broncos.
Broncos, yeah.
Sam Bradford signs with the Arizona Cardinals.
And another team that got robbed with money. Sam Bradford a year for $20 million.
That's only 1 year, though.
It's $20 million, though. And for a guy whose knees are like glass.
I like Sam Bradford, though.
Yeah, I mean,
He's good when he's not hurt, but the
Yeah.
thing is, he's always hurt. He could literally walk down 2 steps of out his patio and break his leg.
Yeah.
I didn't like how the
He's like the guy from SpongeBob who just screams, "Oh my leg!"
I don't like how
He always gets hurt.
the Cardinals also signed Mike Glennon to a 2-year, $8 million deal to be a backup.
That's not that
I don't-
bad.
It's not. It's $8 million for 2 years. That's,
Yeah, but-
that's really cheap.
It's Mike Glennon.
It's still cheap. It's
He's
not like they.
horrible.
It's not like they did with the
No, that's why
Bears,
he's a
and the Bears
backup.
gave him a crap ton of money, and then they drafted Trubisky or whatever,
Yeah.
and then they didn't play him at all. Like, come on. It's not like they did that.
I feel the Ravens got a good pickup in Michael Crabtree.
Michael Crabtree is going to be a really good receiver for the
Yeah,
Ravens.
speaking
This is like
also
prior, like they had no receivers really.
Jeremy Maclin still needs a home, so I'm wondering where he'll go.
And we're missing out on a big guy. The Green Bay Packers released Jordy Nelson, which
Yeah.
was a
Jordy
shocker.
Nelson's
He went to
Raiders,
the
though.
he went to the Raiders.
he
Yeah,
signed with
33
Oakland.
years old, but I still think he can produce for the Raiders.
I
really
think so
well.
too.
And then Dontari Poe, nice
the
defensive
Panthers.
tackles going to the Panthers.
ex-Chief, by the way.
I mean, ex-Chief for a reason.
I guess
Oh, Sammy Watkins to the Chiefs, too.
Sammy Watkins of the Chiefs.
That's a good pickup.
That's a very
Yeah.
good. If he can stay healthy, he'll be a great target for Patty Mahomes. You know?
Patty Mahomes.
That'd be a
I
really
guess the
good
Bills right now are starting AJ McCarron. I
Yeah,
mean,
the Bills signed A.J. McCarron to a 2-year deal.
I still think they're going to draft a quarterback, though.
I
think they are, too.
I hope they do. I, mean,
I feel like they might trade up. They have.
they're gonna have to trade up.
I feel like, honestly, I would say I wouldn't trade the 12th.
Well, they're gonna have to.
I mean, they could trade the 22nd and maybe a second-round pick, and then like
Yeah.
a 4th-round pick next year, or something like that.
They're
To
gonna
get even more into that top 10, you would have a top 10 pick and then the 12th pick. Like that's just even more.
Yeah,
That's better.
I feel like they're gonna have to trade that number 12 pick if they want to move up. Especially, I heard there were some rumors that they might trade up to number 2, but I mean, seeing what the Jets gave up to move up to number 3.
But then again, it's the Jets. The Jets are honestly stupid. It's like
Well,
like last season, offseason, you saw the Niners get a crap ton from the Bears to move one spot, and the Niners still got their guy who they wanted. So you'll see teams like give you too much and be stupid about it, and then other teams will take advantage
yeah,
of that.
you're right. But I mean, I think that's what the Giants are gonna see. They're gonna say, "Oh, the Colts got all this stuff from the Jets. I mean, why can't we get the same for one spot up?" And you know, that's
I mean, teams are different. These guys all got different relationships with each other. The GMs, some of them are buddies. Some of them have professional relationships. Some of them have past trading experience with one another, and so you don't know. Anything's possible in the draft, so you don't know.
I guess you're right.
Yeah, I mean, Trubisky now is another target. Wide receiver Allen Robinson.
Allen Robinson.
Oh,
He also got another player. I forgot who, but he got another.
Taylor Gabriel.
Yeah, but still, he's getting all these teams that are struggling in the past. They're starting to make moves now.
Yeah,
and
Allen Robinson's a great
They're
pickup.
finding
a
out
great
what
pickup.
they were missing, and obviously, like that's
wide
their-
receiver was something
yeah,
they really need. They
that's-
do need a defense though, but like
Yeah.
wide receiver is something they really needed to target because they had no receivers for Trubisky, and they already had a running position with Jordan Howard, who's amazing. So I think the Bears could do something this season.
We should really talk about the Browns, though.
Yeah,
The Browns went all in.
Browns been making moves last 2 weeks.
the Bills traded them Tyrod Taylor, and the Dolphins traded them Jarvis Landry.
Jarvis Landry, Tyrod, they got
Carlos
Carlos Hyde, which was a surprise. I have a bunch of friends who are Niners fans, so they were angry, but also like they didn't care at the same time because Carlos is a very good running back, but he's extremely inconsistent.
Oh yeah. They also got a Demarius Randall on the defensive side, cornerback from the Packers.
I think the Browns are gonna be something nice if they can like really form themselves with the chemistry. They're gonna have Jarvis Landry, Josh Gordon back, and he is in extremely great
Josh
shape
Gordon?
right now.
Oh, yeah.
Josh Gordon.
That man has been working out like crazy, and they got. I can't pronounce his name, but I know they have a great tight end they got in the draft last year, the Browns.
David Njoku.
Yeah,
something like
and
that.
they have now Carlos Hyde. And I think they should still get Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, if the Browns are smart, they'd take Saquon at number 1.
My friends were like, they don't need Saquon. They got Carlos from us. The Niners fans, I'm like, all right, that doesn't matter. Like, they already have 2 good running backs. I'm like, that doesn't matter. They could trade that, not Hyde, but the other running back they have. I think it's Isaiah Crowell.
Yeah.
And they could trade him, and they can get Saquon and Carlos Hyde. That'd just be a great two punch right there. You can't give up Saquon. Saquon is an athletic freak. He's the number one player in the draft. He's the number one player in the draft.
Yeah. He's like the miracle.
And then they still have the opportunity at the 4th pick to draft a quarterback.
Yeah, if they really want to.
So I really think they should get Saquon.
I completely agree with you. I think they would be stupid not to take Saquon Barkley.
We don't know who anything can happen in the draft. And it's plus no matter how many moves they're making, it's still the Browns.
Yeah, you're right.
How many wins do you think they're going to get this year?
The Browns? I
mean, you have to see after the draft.
Yeah, you have to see after the draft.
They get Saquon. They have Saquon, David Njoku, Josh Gordon, Tyrod, Jarvis Landry, and then a rebuilding defense with some veterans that they picked up in free agency and some guys they could possibly target in the draft.
They just lost Joe Thomas, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that's understandable.
Which I think there's a great lineman, I forget his name, coming in.
Quentin Nelson.
Yeah, Quentin Nelson. He could fall. He could go. The Browns could take him at number 4. If they have their faith in Tyrod Taylor, which
I think there's the Browns. They're gonna go quarterback.
The thing is, though,
they want someone to mold under him.
The thing is, obviously, I feel like the Browns GM addressed like the Bills. They wanted Tyrod just because of the fact that they saw what he did in the last season. They brought him to playoffs. They're gonna want a quarterback then that could bring someone to the playoffs, obviously. And even if they don't pick like a quarterback in the draft, I really don't feel. I feel that Tyrod could be obviously quarterback number 1.
Yeah, he could. Well, we're gonna have to take a quick break, but we will definitely get back into this discussion because we are far from it. Anthony needs to shut up and cut his hair, and
just mad because you don't have a lot of hair.
I do. It's growing back. But we will take a break, and we'll come back with some more NFL coverage, so you don't want to miss that.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul.
You've messed up your son's haircut. Do you try to fix it? Work with what you've got? Or show solidarity?
Thank you, babe. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans. Because love has no labels.
Había un niño que era muy sensible a luces y sonidos. Construía escondites donde no podían entrar. No le gustaba mirar a la gente a los ojos. Lo hacía sentir incómodo. Un día se descubrió que tenía autismo. Con ayuda, poco a poco, aprendió a vivir mejor con ello.
Mientras más pronto se diagnostique, mejor. Conoce las señales en autismspeaks.org.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation. We can.
Get someone a cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates. Our fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can. Intervene.
It's on us.
all of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
We're back, and we were continuing our conversation even when we went off the air. But we'll jump right back into it.
Oh man.
Yeah, like what we were talking about the draft, and there's endless possibilities on what could happen.
What could actually happen?
Yeah.
All these mock drafts are saying a lot of different things. We're saying a lot of possibilities that could happen. I mean, we don't know if Saquon doesn't go number one. We always talk about the Jets and the Giants could take him because that's his preferred destination because he's from New York City and his favorite team is the Jets, so he would love to play for either of those teams. And you were talking about the Bills and their draft picks. Like honestly, he was saying that the Bills could possibly get another first-round pick because they do have picks to spare. They got some next offseason, and then they have 2 second-round and 2 third-round. And I think they got a third-round from the Browns because of the Tyrod. So that is the reason why they have 2 third-rounds. So they could honestly give up a second-round, a third-round, another pick next season for another first-round pick, maybe like a mid-first-round pick. So they would have 3 first-round picks to work with.
I know you don't know what's gonna happen. That top 5 is gonna be very interesting because.
Top 10 in general is going to be interesting, but the top 5 is going to be where it's mostly at.
Because you don't, like, we said that the Browns would be stupid not to take Saquon, but, I mean, they could very well take a quarterback.
And you were saying they need an offensive lineman.
Wow.
Yeah, Joe Thomas is out.
So according to this mock draft, which was just put out about, I think, 20-so minutes ago, it says...
That's the one I was looking at.
Yeah, Josh Allen. And then they said...
It's got the Browns taking Josh Allen number 1. That's ridiculous.
And then the Bills taking Sam Darnold.
Well, if the Bills do...
If they trade up with the Giants.
Yeah, they pick Sam Darnold. Not bad. I mean, obviously...
I like Sam Darnold.
My friend Alexi is a super Bills fanatic, and he kept saying, we're going to get Baker Mayfield. We're getting Baker Mayfield.
Oh, man. Josh Rosen. They said Josh Rosen to the Jets because, like, the Jets now have the 3rd pick. Number 4 is actually not Saquon. It's Bradley Chubb.
Man, why is Saquon falling so low in these mock drafts?
Quentin Nelson, like you said, Quentin Nelson, great guard, going to the Broncos. And then finally, number 6, Saquon Barkley.
To where? The Colts?
The Colts. I don't know.
The Colts need a running back.
Yeah, I understand.
That'd be perfect. That'd be a great spot for him.
Luck and Barkley.
But the thing is, he's the number 1 player in the draft. He's not going to go.
He's not going to go number 6.
He's not going to go past the 3rd spot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he could be.
I mean, obviously, it's just
okay. We already know Jets.
I think
they're gonna get a.
Jets are gonna get. I
don't know. I know they traded so much because we all know they want a quarterback. But the thing is, they have Teddy Bridgewater.
They have Teddy.
And they got Josh McCown.
McCown's like 40 years old.
Still, but he's a good athlete. He's a good backup.
He's a good backup, yes, and he showed that.
He's a capable veteran.
He could be a starter. Like he started all last year.
Yeah.
Practically.
But still, like they have Teddy, so like who knows? Maybe they'll give him a chance. And I want to see Teddy do good.
I like Teddy.
I like Teddy. Yeah. When he got that disgusting leg injury, I felt so bad for him because he was doing great things for the Vikings.
Very good.
Yeah, he's not a bad quarterback at all. I mean, he could be the future.
He's honestly like a younger, better version of Alex Smith. I'd say that.
Younger and better.
Yeah.
I mean, Smith is on the Redskins. Oh yeah.
We didn't even talk about that.
I think we talked about that like
a
couple shows ago.
Yeah, you weren't here because you don't want to be on the show anymore.
Yeah, because I have to deal with you.
So what?
They said number 9 because I don't know what this is for. If the Giants trade with the 49ers, Baker Mayfield could go to New York at number 9.
That wouldn't be a bad place.
You just don't want to see him anywhere near the Bills.
No, I mean, it's not that I don't like...
You don't like Baker Mayfield. When I talked about how he's cocky, he has the talent, but he's too cocky, and I don't want to see another Johnny Manziel pop up. You were like clapping. I saw you in the backstage. You were just clapping, saying yes, yes, yes.
He does remind me of Johnny Football. He's Johnny Football with an arm, and he's
with an arm.
He's just he's a frat boy. I heard Colin Cowherd call him that. But yeah, I mean, there's so many other good quarterbacks that the Bills could take or trade up for.
Do you guys really believe
5 really good quarterbacks?
Yeah, according to this, like the mock draft that we were looking at, Lamar Jackson to go number 28. Do you really think he'll? I know like teams really don't need quarterbacks, but I would say Lamar Jackson right now. might be a bold statement, one of the most like versatile quarterbacks in the draft.
Yeah, I don't
like dual threat, obviously.
He's a dual threat player, but the thing is, dual threat quarterbacks are starting to go away because teams are not wanting their quarterbacks to take as many hits. Because you see like players like Cam Newton, who's getting smacked, the most sacked quarterback or most hit quarterback every season because they're dual threat and they're putting their bodies at risk. You saw what happened to Robert Griffin, amazing dual threat quarterback after one season, great rookie campaign, bringing his team to the playoffs. He got injured, he hasn't been the same, and now he's jobless. And Colin Kaepernick, like they tried to switch him to a pocket passer, and that wasn't his game. And he went from a really good quarterback for the Niners to really bad because they took that use of his legs and the read option from him. So honestly, they're looking for pocket passers now. So I see why they put him so late in the first round.
Lamar Jackson's not a bad pick either.
He's not.
I mean, if the Bills decide to pass on a quarterback at number 12, if they don't trade up, I mean, if Lamar Jackson's there at 22, I wouldn't mind taking him.
Like I said, there's 5 really good quarterbacks, and he's one of the top 5 quarterbacks they have right now. Arguably, he could be like an early second rounder because a lot of teams don't need quarterbacks, but like Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, because he's good with all the hype around him too, and then Josh Allen, and Josh Rosen. So like those are the 4 guys.
I could see why, if the Browns do pick Allen at number 1, I could understand why. I mean, I think Wyoming's Division II. I'm not sure if it's...
I mean, Carson Wentz was Division II also.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Was he?
Yeah, Carson Wentz was Division II.
What?
The thing is...
Carson Wentz is that boy.
You get all these...
You didn't know that?
I did not know
You get all these Division II, like...
So we have hope for Fredonia if we ever get a football team.
We're Division III.
You're Division III.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Division II.
So, yeah, like I'm saying, Josh Allen, Wyoming's obviously not like as big a school as Oklahoma and all that stuff. But it's like, obviously, he's not going to be as cocky as this Baker Mayfield guy just because of the fact that he knows where he's from. I don't even know whatever. He knows.
He goes to a big school. He plays for a big team.
Exactly. Wyoming's like on the, Division II. So I don't think, obviously...
Listen, I don't care what school. I don't care what school, what division you play for. Yeah. If you're really great at your position, any sport, you deserve to be.
Wyoming's not a Division II.
Is it really not?
No, it's Division
You are
1.
misleading the show, and we're looking bad in front of our viewers.
Yeah, you're giving us a bad rep.
I'm sorry. Okay, Division 1.
Can you leave?
No, don't.
But
I just get out.
Josh Allen. I'm not a big fan of Josh Allen. He's got an arm, but
cannon.
He's
70. He threw 70 yards.
Matthew Stafford 2.0
in the air.
Like I said, Matthew Stafford's humble.
Yeah, but he's not accurate for anything.
It's like Cam's deep throw. Cam's got a weak deep throw. Cam's got that cannon.
Cam does have.
He's got a horrible deep throw accuracy. Every time I see Cam throw a deep, I'm like, oh.
My favorite quarterback is Sam Darnold in this draft. I like him a lot.
That's a really good pick.
Darnold and Rosen are my top guys. If we trade up to number 2, we're guaranteed at least one of them.
And if you don't, they're gonna get picked before you even know it. Honestly, if Browns do take a quarterback, let's say they do take a quarterback number 1. Who do you think? Sam Darnold, Rosen,
They would take.
Allen?
Yeah, they should take either Sam Darnold or Josh Rosen. It should be a no-brainer.
You see, Browns take Darnold. We can just probably say that would happen.
Okay.
And then what would you say the Giants take? If
the Giants don't trade down, if they were smart, they would take Saquon Barkley.
And if they take a quarterback though,
Josh
let's say who we think would take quarterbacks right now.
I don't see. I mean, if the Giants want to play it safe and draft their guy for the future while Eli Manning's on the decline, I mean they would go with Rosen because.
You think the Jets would take Allen then? With that can, or you think they might go Lamar Jackson with the versatility?
No, I don't see Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is good.
Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield.
I obviously see Mayfield going before Jackson.
Yeah, I could see that too.
I mean, for him, he looks like the player that'd be good in a big market city, because he's got because he's got the hype. He's got that ego, that confidence, that level of confidence where he comes across as very cocky. And the fact that he's in a big market is that's what you want in a big market. You want players like that.
Yeah, like you said, there's the top 5 quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, it goes Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen. I would say I'm gonna go Baker Mayfield, then Josh Allen, and then Lamar Jackson. And I really can only see Josh Rosen and Sam Darnold going in the top 5. Yeah. I mean, I think those two are no-brainers. they should go in the top 5. And then I can see Baker Mayfield going in top 10. And then I mean, Josh Allen, he's probably going to go in the top 10 as well. But then I see a huge drop-off for Lamar Jackson, just because there's so many teams in the
that don't need quarterbacks.
Yeah, in the middle round that don't really need quarterbacks. And like I said, I mean, I could see the Bills if they end up not trading up and they stay at 12. I mean, they could take Lamar Jackson at 22 and then take another guy with their 12th pick. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad choice at all. But
the Bills don't really need to move up.
If they really want a quarterback, which they should want a quarterback,
if they don't
need
trade
a quarterback.
up into the top 5 before their draft day, I see them looking at what happens by the 5th round and then making some calls to trade to teams at that moment. That's what I see. If they don't trade into the top 5 picks before draft day. Because they'll survey and be like, okay, they got who? These are the quarterbacks off the board right now. Let's see who it's back. All right, we'll see what we can trade with whoever team. What do they need? How many picks are they willing to take for us? And can we still get a top 5 quarterback in the draft?
Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't know what's gonna happen.
We just gotta wait and see, honestly.
When is it again?
The draft?
It's in May?
Late April.
April?
Could be the 26th or something like that.
It's like 3 days.
But yeah, if we're gonna make a trade, I don't see a trade happening until after that first pick is taken, whoever that is.
And I heard that the Browns are actually willing to give up their 1st round pick.
Their first overall pick?
To the highest bidder, though.
Really?
I heard that they are willing to.
That'd be crazy.
If they do, I see a team in the top 10 that's really desperate. I see a team like maybe the Bills, very desperate.
If the Bills traded up to number 1, they'd have to give up a haul, and I feel like
exactly. That's what I'm saying. They're willing to take from the highest bidder.
Cleveland, they could get a haul out of the Bills. I mean, they'd probably.
And they could still get the good guy, because if they give up the 1st round, they still have the 4th round. Damn, Jesus.
Yeah, but I mean, we could see.
Who knows?
The Browns just taking a haul from the Bills. They could get the number 12 and the number 22 pick, as well as
more.
Yeah, and then some. Yep. And so the Browns can end up with, 3 first-round picks and 2 second-rounders, as well as their second.
That's just if the Bills were to give it up.
I mean, if the Browns are smart, I
mean that's a good option. That is a good option.
All right, well, we're gonna take another break, and I mean, we could finish up this NFL argument,
we'll
but
talk about NBA now.
Yeah, some March Madness.
And March Madness, NBA.
So you don't want to miss that. We'll be right back, so don't go anywhere, please.
Please. Half asleep.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul.
You've messed up your son's haircut. Do you try to fix it? Work with what you've got? Or show solidarity?
Thank you, babe. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans, because love has no labels.
Había un niño que era muy sensible a luces y sonidos. Construía escondites donde no podían entrar. No le gustaba mirar a la gente a los ojos, lo hacía sentir incómodo. Un día se descubrió que tenía autismo. Con ayuda, poco a poco, aprendió a vivir mejor con ello.
Mientras más pronto se diagnostique, mejor. Conoce las señales en autismspeaks.org.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation. We can.
Get someone a cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
Our roommates.
Our classmates are fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can. Intervene.
It's on us.
All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back to Sports Hour. Here with Joe, Aaron, and Anthony.
Joe, Aaron, Anthony.
We would just like to thank all these people that are watching us, if they are watching us. We think we're pretty funny guys.
We're embarrassing.
We like to joke around, but we also like to talk about sports. It's a pretty fun show.
And we're pretty tired throughout the day, too. We're busy college students.
We had some
long, miserable days here at Fredonia.
We just got done with some midterms. They might be still going on.
We're a little homesick. Like, he's not, but I am.
No, I like it here.
I mean, I do too, but my classes are god-awful. Now, let's get back to sports.
I got some good classes. Coming into some March Madness basketball, there are some bracket busters.
There's a ton of bracket, but no one has a perfect draft, bracket now.
No.
Ever since, what was the first game? It was...
The first bracket buster was UB, University of Buffalo, beating Arizona to advance, and that was crazy. I mean, a lot of teams had, or a lot of people had Arizona winning the whole thing, or at least going to the Final Four. And it's teams like that just.
My friend had them going against Duke and winning against Duke.
Who? Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I could see that because DeAndre Ayton, and they had another player, I can't remember his name right now, but DeAndre Ayton's arguably the top 3 player in the draft.
He could even go number 1.
And there's another player that he plays with, again, I can't remember his name, but he's a top 10 player, they say, in the draft too. And they're just a really good school, so that was a really crazy upset. I mean, they won their first NCAA tournament in March Madness in their history of their school, and they unfortunately got knocked out, but that's still a nice big upset win that they pulled off.
Yeah.
Any other bracket buster?
We have UMBC. There's more bracket
There
busters.
is more, but another huge one.
Yeah, UMBC being
Virginia.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the Cinderella story that was?
Yeah, that was the first time a 16 seed ever beat a 1 seed, and that was the most popular pick to win it all was Virginia, and it's just crazy. They smoked them too. They beat them by 20.
Yeah, they're still in the tournament, right?
No, they lost to Kansas State.
What's with all these schools? They a crazy upset and then they lose.
I don't know, but
I mean, even though they lost, they still shook up the bracket and the tournament itself. Now.
Yeah, they broke everybody's bracket.
What you got now? Duke or Kansas or?
Well, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. We'll talk about some more bracket busters. We had Marshall, 13-seeded Marshall beating 4-seed Wichita State, which was crazy. Wichita State, I had them going to the Sweet 16, I think. Oh, no, I had them losing to West Virginia. But that was another crazy upset. That was nuts. And there was even teams like Loyola Chicago, they're now in the Sweet 16.
I remember watching the game with my friend, and he was betting against them, or whatever you say, like the bracket against. Like, he wanted Loyola Chicago to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, there goes the shot. It's in. Just starts cursing. Everyone sucks. Like this. It was so funny. And that shot was just crazy. Swish.
I was on the game, on the Fortnite, on the headset. My friend's like, dude, he just hit this game winner. Oh, my God. I'm like, oh, okay.
Probably suck at Fortnite.
Man, get on my solo levels. Let's talk about this later. We have a show to do.
Suck at Fortnite.
You just suck at everything.
You probably pay for the game.
You're crazy.
You do pay for the game.
Paying for the
you
game.
do
I know
pay for the game.
pay for the game.
You pay for the game. I can tell.
Unacceptable. Nope.
I can tell.
I'm poor.
But Loyola Chicago beat Miami, and they ended up beating 3-seeded Tennessee, who I had winning the whole thing. Which is
another team you had winning the whole thing.
No, that was Virginia. I'm talking about like most popular teams.
There's a ton of teams you have popular
that people picked. Virginia was number 1. I think it was Villanova, and then Duke, and then UNC. UNC's out of it too. They lost to what's his face?
UConn's out?
UNC.
UNC.
North Carolina.
North Carolina. I don't even know who they lost.
Tar Heels are out. Dang. It's crazy. That's so
It
many.
is very crazy.
This is really nuts.
Oh, they lost to Texas A&M. I remember. But I mean, that's.
I see Duke or Villanova winning it now.
I had Duke going to the national championship, but then losing to Tennessee. But I can see Duke going all the way.
I see Villanova too.
You get teams like Kansas. That's. And you can't count out Gonzaga. Gonzaga is always in there, and it's just I don't know, man.
Might have some more busters later. Might have a surprise championship for the March Madness tournament
now,
too.
like,
You don't
they're
know.
on the Sweet 16 or
The Sweet 16 right now is first game. It's Villanova, West Virginia, and then Texas Tech and Purdue, and then we have Kansas and Clemson, and Syracuse. Syracuse was another team that we didn't talk about.
Forgot all about them right
They
now.
beat Michigan State, and that was a crazy upset.
Huge win.
That's another team that a lot of people picked.
Our New York teams are doing good.
Didn't Syracuse win by like 35 or something?
Sweet Jesus.
No, they won by 2.
I'm about to say.
One team won by like 35 or something like that. It was a large number.
Yeah, I remember that.
You probably just see numbers on the screen and you're like, me?
No.
Because I know you don't know basketball. You're just like
basketball and I don't know math.
You're just like your numbers. Oh, 235.
Let's get back to basketball.
You know what? Don't try to be like me now, buddy. You're
We
not a
got
part of our show anymore.
11 seeded Syracuse taking on number 2 Duke. We have Michigan taking on Texas A&M, Florida State and Gonzaga, and we also have Loyola Chicago taking on Nevada, and Kansas State facing Kentucky. Kentucky I didn't have them going to the Sweet 16. I actually had Arizona beating them to go to the Sweet 16, but as you know, UB beat them, and
just crazy.
It is crazy. I don't know what else to say.
Now let's just switch off to NBA then.
I guess we can.
Yeah, I guess we can, buddy.
Well, we'll talk about some prospects. I mean, this is why I don't really...
Oh, yeah, you say you don't like Trae Young. You think Trae Young's not going to be a bust, which I think is crazy.
That's a reason why I don't really like college basketball is because there's all these one-and-dones, and it doesn't make the games exciting anymore. You know, back in the early 90s, with Christian Laettner, you have guys that'll stay 4 years, and it makes the games more exciting. And Christian Laettner, he went to the Final Four 4 years in a row, and he won the national championship twice. I mean, you build legacies, and now everyone's just.
But it's college, so but honestly, they want to see legacies made in the pros compared to college.
Oh.
Because college is college. Pro is pro.
Trae Young, I don't like him because I feel like he should stay in college at least one more year, and I don't think he's ready right now.
I mean, if he's not ready right now, he still has the talent it won't take too long for him to get shaped up by. And he's going to be with NBA coaches, staff, veterans. They'll be able to shape him faster and mold him into a player better than he'll finally reach than a college team could.
I guess you're right. But I don't know, man.
I think he'll be a really good pickup, and he's not going to be a bust. I don't think he'll be a bust.
He's going to go in the top 10.
Regardless, yeah, he should go in the top 10. Regardless if they took an L or not. Just like DeAndre Ayton, he should be top 3 player of the pick, even though they lost.
Yeah, I mean, Markelle Fultz last year, I don't even think his team made the tournament. And he still went number 1.
But a lot of people now think that he shouldn't have went number 1.
Markelle Fultz?
Weren't you saying that?
Yeah.
You're saying his shot is horrible.
His shot is
horrible.
That's why he's not playing right now. 'Cause they say he's got fluid in his shoulder. He doesn't have fluid in his shoulder. He can't shoot. He can't shoot to save his life.
Man, in 2K they got him averaging 18 points a game in my career.
In my career.
I'm just like, this man can't shoot, and yet he's averaging this much.
I play my league a lot, and they have him turning out to be like a 91 overall.
They had him becoming like a 94 in mine. I'm like, but no more video games.
Yeah, I mean, there's some other prospects like Marvin Bagley III, and he plays.
He's going to be great.
He's going to be really good.
Is Michael Porter going in the draft this year, or is it?
Yeah,
this
he
year?
declared. I think
Michael Porter is going to be a good top 10.
Oh yeah, he could go top 5.
He should be going top 5, regardless of his injury. He's still a phenomenal player. He's amazing. He's crazy.
And you can't forget about Luka Doncic. He plays overseas and.
Can't sleep on those overseas players. A lot of people sleep on overseas players. But
yeah, because most of them become busts. But I mean, you have those exceptional guys like Dirk Nowitzki, Kristaps.
Porzingis, but again, those guys are huge.
But then there's also guys like Darko Milicic who just flat out sucked.
But obviously, these players overseas aren't as hyped because
they're overseas.
Yeah, people might not.
But
know
then
that
again,
they're
their pros are completely different compared to ours. But like France league, Spain league, like that stuff like that. Like if you go to Lithuania, those leagues are like nothing. Like college ball teams could beat them.
Yeah.
But like if you play in France and Spain and stuff like that, like
I know.
those leagues in basketball over there, and like even Croatian stuff, they're really good and they like make good caliber NBA players. So
Yeah, the league that Luka Doncic is in, I can't remember what it's called, but it's supposedly like the second best league besides the NBA. Like it's the league right under it, and he's like the top scorer, and he's only 19 years old. I mean, that's still professional basketball.
Oh yeah, like
And
they start professional young there.
Yeah,
You can be 16. I think Frank Ntilikina was 16 or 17. He played pro ball.
He's I don't know. These are grown
Yeah,
men.
let's not forget about LaMelo Ball. I mean, I know like
He's not.
He's not.
We don't want to talk about the
okay,
balls.
but you said 16. I know he's 16.
I know. I'm just saying.
You're
We don't want to talk
16.
about the balls right
All right, well, we'll shift over to some NBA, I guess.
now. You don't even want to talk about the NBA. Do you even want to be here? Do you even like us anymore?
Not you.
Oh, thanks.
Aaron's okay.
Hey.
I don't like these guys.
In the NBA, the top story is Damian Lillard, who has just been balling out, and the Trailblazers have won 13 straight.
Some people
since
are
the All-Star
iffy
break.
with him as an MVP candidate.
Yeah.
Some people, because he's been snubbed from the All-Star so many times, and we knew he could ball out like this. Everyone knows Damian Lillard can ball out like this, but he's been slept on, and he just doesn't get the attention because he's in Portland, such a small market team.
Yeah.
And he's got 13 wins in a row right now. They're third seed in the West. That's third seed in the West, and it's the West. That's like the stacked West, so that's crazy.
And, well, I mean, our producer is cutting us short. So
And
when
they
we
don't
come
want to
back,
see us be successful.
we will be right back. We're going to take another break. We'll continue our NBA talk. So we don't want to miss that. And we'll be right back.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving, the ultimate party foul.
You've messed up your son's haircut. Do you try to fix it? Work with what you've got? Or show solidarity?
Thank you, babe. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Remember that to love America is to love all Americans, because love has no labels.
Había un niño que era muy sensible a luces y sonidos. Construía escondites donde no podían entrar. No le gustaba mirar a la gente a los ojos, lo hacía sentir incómodo. Un día se descubrió que tenía autismo. Con ayuda poco a poco aprendió a vivir mejor con ello.
Mientras más pronto se diagnostique, mejor. Conoce las señales en autismspeaks.org.
Your son wants to get a cat, but you're allergic. Do you A, prepare yourself, B, make the best of it,
C squared equals
25.
Good job.
or C, find a loophole? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can stop to make sure someone is okay.
We can warn someone when their drink isn't safe.
And disrupt the situation. We can.
Get someone the cab.
Or walk them home safely.
We can make campuses safer for our friends.
our roommates.
Our classmates are fellow human beings.
We cannot be bystanders.
We can.
Intervene.
It's on us. All of us.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Welcome back to Sports Hour with Joe, Aaron.
You want to kill yourself? What's going on? Anthony. Aaron.
I'm too good for them.
You're not too good for nothing. You're worthless.
Going back to some NBA talk. Do you remember what we were talking about? I don't remember what we were talking about.
We're talking about MVP race, Dame Lillard going off, and a bunch of other stuff. Man, wake up.
James Harden's got it locked up, though.
Really?
I'd say he does. Too.
He should.
Who do you guys think is in the race right now?
It's James Harden, LeBron.
Damian Lillard and Giannis and Anthony Davis.
I think they still got Kyrie in there, too.
Kyrie, come on.
I think they still have him up there, though.
Kid's a bum.
No, he's not.
No, he's not a bum. He's really good. He's
someone said DeMar DeRozan's actually in there, too.
He could, yeah. I don't see why he shouldn't be. Well, if he was averaging more points, he's only averaging, 23 and a half. If he was averaging more points.
Still, but the thing is, he's
You're
more of
like 23 and a half.
23,
well, yeah, that's still
points,
good.
And he's a team player, though.
Yeah,
and his team's
still
number
good.
one in the East.
I don't think it's not good.
Number one in the East right now, and I would like to see
They're number
Toronto.
one in the East by 5 games,
yeah,
too.
So.
If he was averaging, I would say 28, 29, I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't be in the race. But, I mean, his numbers have deflated a little bit since last season. He was a beast last season.
But they were number one last season. That's the thing. So, I saw a thing that said, who would you rather take, Vince Carter in his prime or DeMar?
DeMar.
I'm saying a lot of people said DeMar because a lot of people, old heads, and people now are saying, I picked Vince because he was great. And I'm like, but he wasn't as much of a team player as DeMar, and he wasn't able to get in the playoffs.
I was never a big fan of Vince Carter.
DeMar,
I thought he was overrated.
I don't know about that. He was exciting to watch. He was
he was a good dunker.
He was more than that, but still, DeMar right now is a better team player, and his team, with him on the team, they've been able to get farther in the playoffs and do more all around with him and Lowry. And Lowry's inconsistent in the playoffs. So.
Yeah, but Lowry's, at the end of the day, he's still not a bad point guard.
He's not at all.
And, I don't see why he wouldn't be in the MVP
I'd like to
talk.
see them go to the finals. I like LeBron, but just 8 in a row, and I want to see someone else
He's
go
going.
to the finals.
He's going back to the finals, so it's no
he's
question
not.
about it. What do you mean?
Cleveland's not making it to the finals.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
I like Cleveland's team a lot.
I like to see Toronto, but I see Boston going over if Toronto doesn't make it. I see Boston.
I can see the Cavs and the Raptors in the conference finals.
Cavs still have struggles on defense too.
Yeah, I mean their defense is atrocious, but at the end of the day, you still have LeBron James. You can never count out LeBron. I mean that's the biggest thing. That should be That should be the biggest thing for everybody.
You can't count LeBron.
He is literally the best player in the world, and it's not even close. I would say the second best player in the world is Kevin Durant.
I don't know. A lot of people say KD, but honestly, Steph Curry could be in there too. Because Steph Curry is honestly more valuable to his team than KD is. Because when you look with Curry on the team, playing,
they're great.
The Warriors are unstoppable, and they get about 115, 120 something points. With KD by himself, with Klay out, Draymond out, and Steph out, they only score about 105 points. They've lost more games. They've lost games, and I think they're undefeated with Curry playing in the lineup. You sick man! I can't say that word.
Yeah, I love Steph Curry. I used to hate him, but
aren't right now all the big four in Golden State out?
Yeah, they're all injured.
I think
KD's injured too.
Yeah, rib fracture, I believe.
He's out for at least 2 weeks. I know the Warriors are going to be struggling. I mean, the Warriors could. I mean, there's only 10 games left. I mean, they could drop down. I mean, if they keep losing and.
But they drop down. Everyone comes back when they're healthy. They're just going to storm through them all.
I can see. I mean, the Rockets and the Warriors are about neck and neck. The Warriors are about 3 games back, and that's a big drop off. And then it goes to the Trailblazers. Watch the table.
Hey, I hate you so much.
And,
I'm looking at these standings right now. I remember last season you said you saw the Timberwolves go in 3rd seed.
Yeah, they're the 8th seed right now.
They're 8th seed right now.
But I mean, there's from 6 to 8. I mean, and 5 to 8 actually. Pretty much a toss-up.
I'm glad
They're
to
all-
see the Spurs at 5 because I was scared to see. I like the Spurs a lot. I like
So do I.
Kawhi's my favorite player,
but
and
I don't know if Kawhi is gonna come back.
he is playing.
Oh, is he playing?
He's been playing. That's why they were 8th seed last time I looked at the standings, and they were already about to get the Clippers were ready to take their spot, and I was scared. Now I saw Kawhi back. I'm like, okay, they're good. They're gonna stay in the playoffs.
I hope so. I mean, I like the Spurs. Kawhi's one of my favorite players. When he's healthy, I think he's better than Durant.
If Kawhi's healthy as he is right now, and if with him on the team, I can see honestly the Spurs, Houston, or
Golden State.
Golden State, and if somehow, honestly, the dark horse of the playoffs could be of the West could be the Trailblazers, honestly,
Or the Pelicans. I know DeMarcus Cousins is out, but
I mean, I can't say that because they have no shooters still.
Yeah.
Honestly, like
And
if they had Boogie, maybe, but
that's where it's gonna.
they'll be in the playoffs finally, but they're not gonna get far. Maybe they'll be like if they. I don't see them getting on the first.
Playoffs. Yeah, I don't
first
see them
round. They'll
getting
get
out.
knocked out. Honestly, if right here, if they were to play, they would be playing
The
Warriors, and they're gonna get knocked out.
They're gonna get swept.
Oh yeah, they're gonna get swept.
And yeah, I mean the Rockets are a great team. I can see the Rockets. I hope that the Rockets go to the finals. I hope they beat Golden State.
Yeah.
I would like to see Spurs. I like the Warriors, honestly. I like Steph Curry.
I like Steph Curry too, but I don't like Kevin Durant.
Yeah, but like if we, honestly, I want to see someone besides LeBron. Yeah, honestly, maybe someone besides the Warriors and the Cavs. That'd be really nice.
I would love to see
like if you
James
saw like
Harden in the
Toronto and
finals.
Houston, that'd be pretty cool. Or
Toronto,
if we
Houston.
saw
Even
Toronto, Boston, or against the Spurs, something like that. Just something different would be really nice. Like everyone's like, no, we like the Warriors and Cavs because it's the fourth time in a row. I'm like, it's the fourth time in a row. I'm tired of seeing it.
Yeah, I know. It's not even gonna be close. I mean, whoever comes out of the West. Well, I don't know. I mean, if the Rockets come out of the West, I would say the Cavs have a shot. I am putting the Cavs in the finals. There's gonna be nobody.
I don't want to see them, and I don't see them because that atrocious defense.
Yeah.
And honestly, their team is better than they were before the trade deadline. Rodney Hood's a shooter. He doesn't really do much else.
I know. I love the guys that they acquired.
Larry Nance is good at dunking.
He's not bad at all.
He's not a bad player, but
he's a good defender. He's a great rebounder.
And
Jordan Clarkson's
Carson's good, but still, like
and George Hill.
I still don't see them making the finals. Honestly. That's my opinion.
How can you not see them making the finals?
Man, I don't see them making finals because I see the Boston making it, and I want to see that dark horse of the East, which is number one right now.
I can't see the Celtics. The Celtics are a year away. I could see the Celtics next year. I could see them, no doubt, making the finals.
I see them this year.
You see them this
Possibly,
year?
yeah.
I could see. I don't know. If it's Celtics and Rockets, I'd pick the Rockets. If it's Celtics Warriors, obviously I'm gonna pick the Warriors.
If I have to pick a team out of this list right now,
out of the
Toronto, Celtics, or Cavs, I'm not going. If fourth seed down, no one else is making it. Pacers ain't making it. 76ers ain't making it. Wizards definitely not making it, especially with John Wall out. The Heat.
I would love to see the Bucks in the playoffs go far in the playoffs because I'd love to see how Giannis Antetokounmpo. The
Bucks made a second round last season, I'm pretty sure, right? Or no, they got knocked out by Toronto, I believe.
Yeah, I think they.
Bucks, I thought they were gonna make like top 4 seed.
Yeah, I know.
But right now
they've been struggling.
So.
I mean, the East still is up for grabs, 4 to 8.
It's the East. It's always up for grabs.
The East is atrocious. But I'd love to see, Giannis Antetokounmpo go far in the playoffs, see what he can do. I mean,
I think they got maybe 3 years left, like a couple of years till they get farther.
He becomes, a star.
He's not even 25.
He's not even 24.
He's 23.
Yeah, Anthony Davis just turned 25. I mean, there's still all these young guys. Anthony Davis and Giannis, those are going to be the top 2 guys. That's going to be the next LeBron.
Anthony Davis
and
is better than Giannis, though, in my opinion.
You think?
Anthony Davis is crazy.
Anthony Davis is a monster, but so is Antetokounmpo.
Yeah,
but Davis can shoot better.
They're good in their own
him.
stuff. That's all.
In my opinion, I think Giannis is a jump shot away. As soon as he gets his jump shot down, he's going to be.
I said if he had a jump shot, he could be in a more passing, more playmaking ability. He'd be like he could possibly be better than LeBron. But I don't see him getting that playmaking ability. No. The jump shot, hopefully he can develop.
That's what makes LeBron great. He is
the best all-around player of all time.
He is the best passer in the league. Yeah, he is the best. I would say
all-around player
of all time. It's debatable, but I mean, you got a good argument for it. I don't know. What I was thinking, I was talking to my buddies about this, and
I said, friends?
Yeah, I do.
Wow.
But I was talking to him. I said, if LeBron beats the Warriors this year, I will consider him to be better than Michael Jordan. I will consider him the greatest basketball player of all time. Flat out, he'd be the GOAT.
He's not going to beat the Warriors, though, because he's
You
not going to
never
even make
know.
the finals.
Come on.
He's not going to make the finals.
He's going to make the finals.
No, I don't want to see them make the finals because I'm tired of seeing both of them. See something new, please. And then, plus, if they do make the finals, let's say it is a Warriors-Cavs finals. So, whoever wins, no matter whoever wins, everyone's going to be like, yeah, we knew it, and there's going to be a big chunk of the population, and like of the NBA fans and basketball fans in general, like, man, we're tired of seeing this. The NBA is so bad. What's the point of watching it? Because the two teams are always going to make it. Okay, and then if two new teams do make it, then they're going to complain, oh, wow, LeBron's not, the Warriors are not. It's going to be a boring finals. No one's ever happy.
I don't know. I think a lot of people would like to see LeBron win his 4th ring.
I would like to see something different this year, just something different, something nice, a little gap, and then next year LeBron can win. LeBron can win 2 more, and then I'll be like, okay, good for him.
I know it'd be a different argument if Kyrie wasn't traded, because it'd be really.
Kyrie wasn't traded, the team would be completely different. It might honestly they wouldn't have a lot of the players they have right now because they would with all the stuff that was going on with like their players and the contracts and who's old on the team, because their team was just literally old, one of the oldest. If you look at age, they were considered one of the oldest teams in the NBA right now.
I know, that's why Kyrie wanted out. He wanted
out also because he was in LeBron's shadow.
Yeah, he didn't want to play with LeBron.
He's a superstar. He wants to be the leader of the team, and he is.
A relevant question, but how much longer do you think LeBron will play for?
I think he'll play till he's 40.
Yeah, I could play even past 40. He's what, 33 right now? He's showing no signs of slowing down.
I say 40, and then he's done after when he's 40. So like 41, once he turns 41, he'll be over.
I saw this thing. It was like LeBron made a quote. It was like, "I'm like fine wine. I get bitter with age." I found that.
He does though, honestly. There's 2 different LeBrons. LeBron prime Miami. Can't stop him scoring. Just aggressive, crazy scorer. And then there's Cavs prime, and the second time he's in the Cavs, where he's just all around. He's that floor leader. He's that manager, that just wise, mature player. We gotta wrap it up.
Yeah, he's. I feel like he could play till he's 40, but it also depends on how many more championships he wins. But, if he's
that's true.
If he's say he's at what 5 right now. Or by
he's
40.
At 3.
Well, no, I know he's at 3 right now, but say he's at 5 by 40. I could see him, trying to.
If he does win like 1 or 2 more, I can see him saying, all right, even before he's like 40, like 38 something, he'd be like, yeah, I'm done. There's nothing else for me to like prove.
Well, there's really nothing else for him to prove right now.
He just wants rings, honestly, and plus he just makes more money and more money. And
that's why I want him to go to the Lakers. But I can't see him going to the Lakers. I can't see him going to the Lakers. I can't see him if he wants to.
I'd like to see him stay with the Cavs.
Yeah, if he wants to maintain his legacy, he doesn't want to tarnish it. I mean, why would you leave again? You got to stay with your team.
How would you feel if he went to Golden State?
I wouldn't watch basketball again. But we are unfortunately out of time. I know you guys like hearing us talk and ramble, but unfortunately we have to go. But we would just like to thank you guys for watching us. I know you guys like seeing this beautiful face.
So tired.
But I probably won't be back next week. Kevin will return.
Oh, man.
But thanks for watching, and we will see you next week.